The Bay Area housing market is adjusting as we speak, and I'm about to share some data with you that's going to blow your mind. Buyers, this simple hack that I'm about to teach you will save you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And sellers, this hack is also applicable to you. It's going to help you sell your home faster. The Bay Area housing market is shifting as we speak. And the great news about a market shift like this, like the one that we're currently in, is that it presents a ton of opportunity for buyers and for sellers. Being in this market right now, you need to know how to react and respond appropriately. And this hack that I'm about to share with all of you is unreal. But before we get into all of that, and before we get into the data, if you are a home buyer in today's marketplace and you're looking for a comprehensive data set to assist you in your home buying decision making, you can text the word data plus the area or the zip code or the neighborhood that you're looking in, and we will get that information delivered straight to your email inbox. And if you are a home seller and you're currently trying to figure out what should I price my property for, how long will my home be on the market, and all of the different thoughts that are swirling through your head, you can text the word data plus your property address, and we will get you a comprehensive, customized data report for your property. It's no secret that buyers have leverage now in this market. But if you're a home buyer, how do you maximize the leverage that you have with sellers? And if you're a seller, how do you mitigate your losses? And how do you bring buyers to your property? How do you sell your home faster? How do you sell your home at all? Well, I'm about to share a hack with you that's applicable to buyers and sellers alike. This hack has helped many of my team members save their buyers tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we've effectively been able to help put deals together for our sellers that would not have happened if we didn't implement this strategy. Before getting into the weeds of this strategy, what I want to explain to you first is the concept of points. When you buy a home, you have an option to pay loan points that is going to effectively bring down your interest rate. One point is equal to 1% of the loan amount that you are requesting. So if you're requesting a loan amount of $1 million, 1 point is $10,000. It's very common for home buyers to pay points. It's been common in the past for home buyers to pay points to bring down their rate. Points are normally looped into the closing costs of the loan. And so when you are buying, say, $1 million property and you're paying 2 points in order to bring down the rate, effectively that would be $20,000 aggregated to whatever other closing costs are associated with closing that loan. With how crazy the market's been really over the last decade here in the Bay Area, it seems to have gotten lost on the agent community and seems to have gotten lost in the collective minds of the consumer that buyers are not the only ones that can pay points. As a home buyer, you can actually negotiate for the seller to pay points towards your closing costs to effectively buy down your rate. This strategy is also known as a seller rate buy down. Now, with how crazy the market's been really over the last 3 years, it would be ludicrous to try and negotiate with the seller to do anything like that. But in this market, it is absolutely a possibility to negotiate with the seller, not just on price, but also on terms. And those terms include buying down your rate. And when you compare what a price reduction versus a rate buy down looks like effectively, and when we look at the numbers of negotiating, say like a $50,000 price reduction versus say like a $25,000 seller credit towards a rate buy down, the numbers might surprise you. If we look at this rate buy down comparison chart, which was made by and provided by my amazing lending partner, Monique Stanford, you see here the sales price, projected sales price of say 1.5 million. If we get the seller to agree to say a sales price of 1.45 million, well, essentially what our monthly payments would be is 6677 versus the original sales or the original asking price of 1.5, which the monthly payments on those would be 6,900 more or less. Now, this is assuming 20% down payment. Now, let's say that the seller is like stuck on their price, so that we could only get them to come down, say 25,000. Well, instead of say taking a $25,000 price reduction or negotiating $25,000 off the price, what if instead we got the seller to pay $25,788 towards closing costs, essentially towards buying down the rate? Well, the monthly payments on that would actually be less than a $50,000 price reduction. Look at this chart right here. $6,533.84 is what the monthlies would be on essentially a 1.475 purchase or a $1.5 million purchase with a $25,000 credit versus a $1.45 million purchase at the higher rate, which would be $6,600 more or less. So effectively, by using this strategy, the seller makes $25,000 more and you pay $150 less per month. One of the strategies that we've been using with our team is actually going into a negotiation and negotiating just price, negotiating price, negotiating price, negotiating price, negotiating price. And at the very last minute, whatever the delta is between the list price and our final price, we take, and instead of having them buy the home at that lower price, we actually offer them their full list price and then take that entire delta and put it into the additional terms as the seller is going to give us a credit for that delta that we negotiated off the original price. What that means is that your monthly payments are going to be significantly lower because we chose to negotiate the rate as opposed to negotiating the price. Or rather, we chose to negotiate a rate buy down as opposed to negotiating the price. So if you're a buyer going into negotiation, this works for you many ways because if the seller's stuck on a price and you really can't get them down, well, this strategy could kind of help you guys meet in the middle where it's still a win for the seller and a win for you. Or if you really get them down to the price that you wanted to begin with, you could double win because you got the price you wanted, but then you're going to add it back to the top and you're going to take that delta and then ask for that as essentially a seller credit at closing to buy down your rate. And by the way, if you're a home buyer right now who would be interested in getting a customized rate buy down sheet for your specific scenario, you can text the word rate buy down to the number down below, and we will get that sent straight to your inbox. In summary, if you look at this rate buy down sheet that Monique has provided in this example where we met in the middle with the seller and got them to buy down the rate at $25,000 as opposed to paying $50,000 under list price, effectively the savings of $144 a month total $51,840 over the life of the loan. That is a massive, massive savings, all because we negotiated a little bit differently than the textbooks might have you say, or like the experts might say, hey, you should negotiate the price. Well, what about negotiating a rate buy down instead? Because the rate buy down is going to be a lot more powerful and impactful to the overall payments that you're going to be giving to the lender over the course and the life of the loan. So buyers, take that all the way to the bank. My team is incredibly well trained on how to negotiate these rate buy downs. So don't hesitate to reach out to us if you're looking for a great negotiator that's going to be able to effectively help you negotiate these rate buy downs, because trust me, not every agent knows how to do that. Now let's flip over to the sellers though, because for sellers, this is also really critical and amazing information. Let's look at that same example that we were looking at before with the $1.5 million list price versus a $1.45 million offer price. If you are sitting on a property that's worth 1.5 million and someone comes in and offers you 1.45, effectively what you could do there is offer to buy down the rate and effectively save you $25,000. Now, this would require the listing agent getting in touch with the lender and saying, hey, could you prepare a net sheet for your buyers to show them what a $25,000 credit for a rate buy down would look like for them? And then when they see that versus the 1.45 that they're asking for. So you say, hey, create one at 1.45 at the current rate, and then create one at $1.5 million with a $25,000 seller buy down. And you would effectively, as the listing agent, would have to go, or my team would have to go in there and actually facilitate these conditions that would lead to the result of the buyer's understanding that this is an amazing deal for them. So it's not like it's the easiest thing in the world to do, but when you put all of these pieces together and you negotiate it like that, it's a win-win-win for everybody. The buyer wins because they're saving money, and you win too because you just walked away with more money than if you had caved and gone with their original offer price. In an adjusting market like this is when we can use this type of strategy, because guess what? The appraisals are still supporting the higher sales prices. Will this last forever? Absolutely not. I could see a scenario in like 6 to 12 months from now where we'd no longer be able to pay or have buyers pay a higher price and the sellers buy down the rate because the appraisals won't justify the higher values. But in this situation and in this adjusting market right now, at least for the next 3 months, 3 to 6 months, I believe that this is a strategy that could effectively be used by buyers and sellers to create a win-win situation where the buyers pay less over time and the sellers walk away with more money in their pocket. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, first of all, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button, give us a little thumbs up, and click the notification bell. It costs you nothing and it really helps me get in front of more people just like you. And as a token of my appreciation, this Selling Silicon Valley t-shirt, we will be sending you one just like it when you text the word free shirt to the number down below as a token of my appreciation for sticking with me for 20 whole minutes plus. And really, I cannot tell you how excited I am about deploying this hack. We've already done it to put together several transactions over the last 30 days or so. And I can't wait to help so many of you out there put together, find the home of your dreams, get your home sold by using and implementing this hack that not a lot of agents are talking about. But you can always count on the Silicon Valley Snapshot to bring you the latest hacks, tips, tricks, and data straight to your television screen. This is Danny Gold, everyone, Selling Silicon Valley, and I will catch all of you in the next video.